All right, so hello everyone once again and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinyere of Gillette Style Glam. If this is your first time here with me, thank you so much for being here. And if you already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. You're the real MVP. I also want to say a very big welcome to my new subscribers. You're all awesome. Thank you for being a part of this family. Yeah, so today I wanted to review. If you're subscribed to me, you would always know that I do review Tyler Perry's movies. And I don't know, so there's something about his movies that I think draws draws me out. I don't know. And I think one of the best and the realest movies he did were his old movies in the past. And I'm talking the one he did with Taraji. Oh, how do I keep forgetting the title of that movie? I need to find it. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. The last time I talked about it, I also forgot about it. The one he did with the movie he played with Taraji. Okay, so one of his favorite movies that I did enjoy was Acrimony, the one he played with Taraji. And the one before that, I think it was Addicted or something. I think the one where the lady, he was married and his wife was an nymphomaniac or something. And then there was another one about a girl who got AIDS from her partner without, she didn't know, and those are the movies that I think I really did enjoy because they made sense. Okay. But here, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to leave it for you guys to judge, okay? Because I've seen a lot of funny reviews on the internet, but I'm going to leave it for you guys to judge. I'm going to start from the beginning. So the movie starts with Kelly. I love Kelly. I mean, of all the Destiny girls, she is my favorite. She is the most beautiful. You see her beauty, her beautiful persona radiates through her. So I love her a lot. I don't think I could ever say anything bad about Kelly anyway. So Kelly is the lead character in the movie Mea Culpa. So we're going to be reviewing Mea Culpa. And the movie begins with Kelly, a very successful attorney, married to a man, okay, who's got this family that is led by a white mother who's like the matriarch of the family, and her brother and the brother-in-law and his wife. In fact, I didn't even know that it was his wife until towards when the movie went further. I'm like, oh, she's the wife. I thought they were just friends. Now, in that first part, what struck me was the dynamic of her in-laws. The dynamic where there was a son who was doing nothing and he let his mother walk over his wife. Every time she took a jab at Kelly anytime she wanted or she felt like. She was quite rude and very she was very saucy, that I must add. When I was watching that part, in all honesty, I was so angry because I was like, why would you allow anyone disrespect your wife this way? Even the brother-in-law, And so I noticed that there was a connection between Kelly and Mea and her sister-in-law. What my take in that part is that the fact that we have a lot of families in that way. And I'm going to say this, and I say this once: a man, when you decide to marry, you see, your wife is your wife. She's your partner. She's your one. She's your ride or die. She's your everything. And so what both of you decide at home is what both of you decide outside. You don't go out and then say something else that is not what has been agreed upon as husband and wife. And that's why the Bible always says that's why a man will leave his father and mother and cling unto his wife, and they shall become one. And I think that's where most of people get that thing wrong. He didn't say you and the father. No, he says a man shall leave his father and mother and cling to his wife, and they shall become one. And so whatever decision that is made in that home is made as one. If husband says no, okay, the wife, with discussion, why do we need to say no? Or don't you think we should look at it this way? The decision about what both of you make is one voice. Now, let me explain something about that. And I've talked about this. I also spoke about it when I reviewed Acrimony. I'm going to attach Acrimony here. I'm going to talk about it when I reviewed Acrimony. You see, the devil, okay, is the enemy of unity. We don't, I mean, I think every, stupid person out there knows that. The devil is the enemy of unity. And one of the unities that are attacked a lot is the unity of man and wife. Allowing the cracks to show in your marriage where a husband and a wife do not agree or have not made a decision on something gives third parties an inkling into how they can come into that marriage. I've seen this play out. Yes. Once once a third party notices that there is a divide somewhere, that there's something there's a crack, that crack is where they hone in on. Let me tell you guys a story. On this day, my husband and I were on our way to church. In fact, we had gone to church, and we got to church, and one of the church members wanted to, he had something to sell. Now, at this time, we were having, things were tight financially. So we were being very, very careful with money, very, very careful. And so he walks up to me. This dude walks up to me and says, oh, that he brought in some, things to sell, and he would like, that we bought. And I was very clear, I was very plain, I was very simple, and I was very direct. And that is me. I'm learning how to be diplomatic. I don't know how to. I'm trying. And so I was very direct, and I said to him, I said, no, not now. That there's so many things we're using money for. There's so many things we need money for. Okay. And it wasn't going to be possible. Now, that much I appreciated. He came to me. But when I spoke, there was something that happened when I spoke to him. As I spoke to him and I said no, my response was negative. He turned his back and he said, oh, that he has no business talking to me. Let him go look for my husband. And he did it in that way. Now, I, on the other hand, believed that my husband was going to follow suit. In fact, I didn't even look for him per se. I just felt like, he was going to do the same. And so we came out of church, and lo and behold, my husband was holding the fabric. It was fabric, yeah. My husband was holding it. And I told him, I said, why do you have this? He said, that, this person brought and said he should. I said, but I told my husband, I said, I had responded to him because he came to meet me, and I had responded to him and I said, we were not buying, I wasn't interested. I told him. My husband was like, well, he did not say anything. I said, and even if he did not say anything, you should have known. We can't afford to buy this now. I was upset. Now, plot twist. We get home. My husband tries out the fabric. Beautiful fabric, by the way. And he tries it out. And it's not his size. My husband is huge. My husband is 6'2". Don't worry. He's my Goliath. He's not my Goliath. He's my giant. I'm his dwarf. And so he tries it and it's not his size. And so he calls this dude back. Remember, I said church. And so he calls the dude back and says, dude, I can't take the outfit. It's small. Normally, a right-thinking person will say, okay, fine. Since it's small, I'll return it. I'll take it back. But he did not. He said, no, he couldn't take it back. And so, forcing our hand. That day, you see that day marked something very, very, very important to me in my life. It told me clearly something, because the way he responded, something made him understand and feel that he would speak to my husband and he would get a positive response. And there was no time and there was no point in him talking to me. Now, after that incident happened, every time my husband and I found ourselves somewhere, before he puts down a penny, my husband will come and meet me. I noticed it anyway. I don't know if you noticed he started doing it. And before he puts down the pen, he'll come and meet me and say, okay, so how much are we doing? Are we doing? Are we not good? Are we giving? Are we not giving? Are we doing this? Are we not doing that? And guess what again? The moment that began to happen, I then noticed that those people moved far away. Yes. Once there is a crack that a third party can notice in your union, they capitalize on it and they will use the weakest link. They never go to the strongest link. They will always use the weakest link. And so in that episode, in that film, it was very noticeable that Kelly's husband, Mia's husband, was the weakest link. And so he was prone to manipulation. He was manipulated to allow his brother to, to indulge his brother, to make his brother, I think they kind of wanted to set her up, or they set her up to cheat on him of some sort for whatever reason, whatever warped reasoning they had in their head. So on that part, I got it. Now, moving on, and of course, again, I've covered all the basics. They were not struggling financially, but they were in a situation where, this man was not working and he did not say the truth. He could not tell his family that, he wasn't working. And so his wife presently is the breadwinner. For whatever reason, he needed to put a lead on that. And allow the wife to suffer through the embarrassment and the insults. Now we move on to this dude who is a painter. He says his name is Zaire. And so Zaire comes into the picture as someone who was accused of murdering his girlfriend or his fiancée. Now this is the part that I wasn't sure of what I was watching. So, because this dude begins to play out and act really out as a killer, beginning to seduce Mea to, sleep with her, for which he succeeds. But then what was a little bit strange to me was because, Mea played her role as a professional, to the letter. But then in reality, why would the clients decide that you must see them at their apartment and not in the office if nothing untoward was supposed to happen? These are some of the discrepancies in the movie that I did not understand. That area, the blurred lines, were the places I did not understand. I understood that she was triggered because she felt like her husband was cheating on her, or she felt because her private investigator sent a picture of herself and her husband at a hotel. So I understand that part where she was triggered, to take action. I understand that part. But if you were being triggered to take action, why would you take action with your client? Someone whom you were supposed to be representing, in court in a very, serious, delicate case of that nature. And so that aside, and I think the next thing I cited again, which I also cited in Acrimony, was the fact that the brother-in-law happened to be very, very jealous of his brother and his wife, Mea. And we are in a situation where in a bid to make the same mistake, he wanted to force, I think that was, in fact, that was what I understood. He wanted a situation where, um, you know, he wanted a situation whereby his brother's wife, um, became, got into the same situation as his wife, because again, we now eventually find out that his wife cheated on him with the same dude. And so he didn't want it, I think they just didn't want it to make it look like, um, your wife is all of that. They needed to sully her. They felt that she needed to be sullied of some sort. And my question then goes to I mean, I think this is a woman who is white and she's got mixed children, and then her mixed children are married to black women whom she hates. And I struggled with that, because I mean, is it a reality? Because apparently you've got mixed kids, and then your mixed kids are married to black women, and so the disrespect and the insults, for me was a bit of, I don't know, was it a little bit overboard? I don't, because it was very obvious that this woman hated her daughters-in-law from the get-go. The brother-in-law, who happened to be jealous of his own brother's marriage. So, he's jealous of his own brother's marriage and decides, okay, I think we need to destroy our marriages together, so that we would be, even. For whatever reason, I didn't get that part of that movie. And so, did I enjoy this movie? Um, I would give the movie, honestly, I'll give the movie probably 5/10, just because the storyline, was blurred. It was pretty blurred. Um, things were not defined. I feel like Kelly played her. Of course, I mean, this is not her first time. It's not her acting debut, and I feel she tried to deliver the role as best as she could. I also feel like she was uncomfortable of, with certain parts of the movie, but she was able to, walk through it as a professional. I feel that Tyler Perry could have done better, with the storyline, the plot. I just feel it was a little bit borderline. I don't know, when you're moving into a direction that you're not sure where this person is handled. If I'm going to compare this movie to Acrimony and Addict and, what is it? I think it's Addict or Addiction. I can't remember, and his other movies. There was something that for me, there was something that I didn't get. And I listened to Kelly talk about, Kelly talk about the movie, and she spoke a lot about sensualism and sexuality. And I'm asking myself, was the movie supposed to be talking about that? Was it about sexuality and sensuality? Was that the purpose of the movie? Do you understand? Because I'm not sure, at what it is. Because I heard her talking about sexual and sensuality or whatever. I heard that. Um, like I said, I'm going to leave this for you all in the comment section to give me your opinion. My take is what I talked about in the first part of the movie, which was quite clear to me. About the marriage. That's my thing. After that, every other thing, I leave that. Even you can all tell me what you all think in the comments section, about your thoughts on the movie. What do you think could have been better, or what did you like? What did you like or didn't like? Did you understand the movie? Did you get the whole point of the movie? Just leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys pretty soon in my next video. Do not fail to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on all my social media networks, all Julia Style Glam, except X, which is Julia Style. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.